The Indians have come up with a winning formula to tame the Tigers this season. A quality start, a lead in the 8th, and turn it over to Vinny Pastano and Chris Perez to slam the door. It's worked 6 times in 7 games with the Tigers this season. Will it work again tonight? Find out next on Channel 3. Field in downtown Cleveland, it's Indians baseball tonight. It's game 2 of a 3-game series between the Cleveland Indians and the Detroit Tigers. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Tribe won a close game last night. Well-pitched, hard-fought victory, and it was a key win to get the first game of the series against Detroit.
Well, after Detroit tied it up, the Indians come back with a beautifully executed suicide squeeze. Marson was pinch running for Hafner. Cunningham laid down the bunt. Maniacta made the call. Well done. They turn it over to their bullpen. Pastano goes the 8th. Here comes Chris Perez. He works the 9th, and they beat the Tigers again. They have had their issues this year the Tigers have with the Indians. They've won 6 out of 7, the Indians have. 6 of those games decided by 2 or less runs. So it's all been about pitching for the Indians against the Tigers.
And a nice swan song for Aaron Cunningham, who was designated for assignment today to make room for Brent Lillibridge, who is now with the ball club here tonight. Let's take a look at our Nissan Road Ahead pitching matchup. Derek Lowe will go for the Tribe, hoping for better results.
Well, Derek Lowe has been struggling. He's been getting the ball up a little bit, and he's had some issues. He's going to go against a tough ball club tonight, a well-hit hitting ball club. He's going to have everything working tonight. They roughed him up earlier in the year, but the Indians also beat Max Scherzer, who is pitching for the Tigers tonight. In his last 8, he's 4-2 with a 3.47 ERA.
Get to a Nissan dealer for special offers on innovation that excites. Last night, the Indians held the Tigers to their lowest offensive output in their last 24 games. Meanwhile, the Indians scoring 3 runs. They haven't scored more than 3 in their last 6, but they've won 2 straight. Look to make it 3 in a row tonight. We're back with the play-by-play action coming up next. Beautiful night for baseball here at Progressive Field as the Indians take on the Tigers. Game 2 of their 3-game series. Derek Lowe making his warm-up tosses on the hill for the Tribe. And let's get a look at Jim Leyland's starting 9, brought to you by Kia. Austin Jackson will lead it off, followed by Quentin Berry, and then Miguel Cabrera bats third, homered last night, accounting for the Tigers' only 2 runs. Prince Fielder, Delman Young, and Brennan Bosch in the middle, followed by Johnny Peralta, Alex Avila, and Omar Infante.
All right, Derek Lowe on the mound for the Indians tonight, brought to you by MLB.com. At bat 12, visit Indians.com for details. Lowe making his 20th start. His record is back to even at 500, 8-8. He has been struggling in his last 8 starts, so he is searching for something out there, trying to keep the ball down with the sinker, the slider, stay out of the middle part of the plate, but he's going to have to do it against an awfully tough lineup, and hopefully he can. He was roughed up against the Tigers earlier this year, where he went 5 innings, gave up 9 hits and 7 runs. Let's check out the Indians' defense behind Lowe this evening. It looks like this. It'll be Damon in left, Brantley in center, Chu is in right. It'll be Hanahan at third, Cabrera at short, Kipnis at second, Kochman at first, Santana behind the plate.
Brian Runge will call the balls and strikes. Tim McClellan, the crew chief, is at first. Ted Barrett at second, and Marvin Hudson down at third. The White Sox won earlier today, so they move a half game in front of Detroit in the AL Central Division standings. The Indians 3.5 games off the pace now. Derek Lowe into the line, and we're underway with a pitch inside, ball 1 to Austin Jackson. 82 degrees, light breeze blowing out towards center field.
Yeah, absolutely perfect.
Jackson with a liner to center. And a leadoff single for Detroit.
Well, that was their MO last night. They were able to get the leadoff singles. They did it in, 5 of the first 6 innings and had a good night doing it. But Ubaldo Jimenez shut him down. There's a ball that Derek left middle of the plate, and Jackson jumps all over, hits it to center field.
Now, you're right, Rick. The Tigers were able to set the table last night, but they went 0 for 9 with a runner in scoring position.
That's how good Jimenez was last night. Very, very good with runners on base. Had great breaking stuff.
Quentin Berry, 1 for 4 last night, takes a look at a strike.
It's one thing about Lowe, 1 pitch away from the 2 ball. He has served up 20 ground ball double plays this year. This is a tough guy to get to double up.
Lowe had trouble getting it out of his glove, but when you go to first, you've got to throw. Jackson with 10 steals. He chases him back again.
They have thrown out 2 out of the 9 base stealers this year when Derek Lowe is on the mound.
Another throw over. Jack Hanahan in on the grass at third. And Berry cuts and misses. Count 0-2 now.
The Tigers an even 500 on the road. They're 24-24. But they have picked it up a notch lately. Offensively, they have been scoring really well. That's why last night's ball game, they were able to hold them down for that was the lowest run total in their last 20 games?
24 games.
24 games.
Berry lines it to left, to base hit. So 2 one-hop line drive singles to the outfield to start the game for the Tigers. And that sets the table for their big boys, Miguel Cabrera and then Prince Fielder.
Well, he just stayed on a sinker away with 2 strikes. He serves it out to left field. That's a pretty good job of hitting, staying on it. Derek had him down 0-2, but he worked it back in and then finally got the hit.
Miguel Cabrera, 329 average, 24 homers now on the year, 81 runs batted in.
One of the best right-handed hitters around. He has grounded into 17 double play balls. They were able to get him last night. You hope that he hits it right at one of your players.
A 1-0. Caught the corner, and that'll even the count. Miguel Cabrera does not lack for confidence. Last night in the bottom of the 8th, when he was at third base defensively, he chased a pop fly over near the Indians' dugout that went foul and into the seats. And Cabrera told Manny Acta, if I come to bat in the 9th inning, I'm going to hit a home run. And Manny responded by saying, Don't worry, we're going to go 1, 2, 3 in the ninth.
Well, he's chirping all game long. If you just keep your eye on him. If you come to the ballpark and you watch Miguel Cabrera, you watch him go play third base. He's looking in the other dugout. He's always talking. He's always chirping.
2 on, nobody out. Lowe's 1-1 pitch. Fouled the other way into the seats.
Trying to stay inside the baseball there. You can see he's talking to Cabrera there. They're always carrying on conversations.
He was yelling at Asdrubal Cabrera because he tried to bunt on him early in the game.
That's after the 2-run homer. He tied the game up. 2-0 count off Joe Smith.
2 on, nobody out. A 1-2 count, and now time called. Line to right, another base hit. Coming around third, Austin Jackson will score. On his way to third is Barry. Beats the throw down to second. Cabrera is out of there. So they erase Cabrera for the first out of the inning. But Jackson scores to give the Tigers a 1-0 lead. Cabrera with his 82nd RBI. And Barry is at third base with only 1 out.
Well, Chu did a good job. He went all the way to third base. I didn't think he was going to have a chance to get Barry, but he kept the ball down. Hanahan does the right thing of getting that ball, and let's go get the trail runner, because Cabrera never stopped. He was going to go to second base, and it's all done by design. You hit your cutoff man, but with Chu's arm, he was going for Barry at third. Cabrera just kept going, and they make an easy throw to get Cabrera at second base. That a boy pushed him down. Did you see that?
Prince Fielder hit by the pitch, and he'll go down to first. So a rocky start for Derek Lowe here.
Almost looked like he stuck his arm out there. Watch this. Watch Cabrera. He never gets to the base. He tags him, not close, and now he's going to fall on him. There he goes. Pushes him down and keeps him away from the base. That's beautiful. He's off balance. See you later.
You want to yell at me for trying to bunt at you? Bunt on you? Here you go. But the Tigers have the lead. First and third, 1 out. Delman Young takes a strike. Young fouls it back. 0-2.
Detroit got him in his start on the 7th of June for 4 runs in the first on 5 singles. They got him for 3 more in the 4th. So they jumped on him early back in Detroit.
Swung on and missed. Delman Young chases for strike 3. Lowe gets his first K. Just his 40th on the year. And there are 2 down in the inning.
Well, that pitch not even close, but he was able to get Young to chase it out of the strike zone. Very good slider. It was a good slider because he swung at it and missed.
And now here is Brennan Bosch, who was 1 for 4 last night. And then a 4-seam fastball up and in for ball 1. Bosch pops it up. Back goes Asdrubal Cabrera. Makes the over-the-shoulder catch to end the inning. So Derek Lowe bobs and weaves. The Tigers get on the board. 1-0. Indians coming to bat. Cleveland's Indians coming to bat. Let's get a look at Manny Acta's starting nine. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Shin-Soo Choo will lead it off, followed by Asdrubal Cabrera, then Jason Kipnis. Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, and Travis Hafner in the middle, then Johnny Damon, Casey Kochman, and Jack Hanahan.
Max Scherzer on the mound for the Tigers tonight, making his 20th start. 9-5, he's been pitching very well. Scherzer in his last 4 starts, 3-0 and a 288 earned run average, 27 strikeouts and 9 walks. And this is a guy that can get you to swing and miss. 27% of the time, hitters do that when Scherzer on the mound, an exploding fastball.
And he misses inside for ball 1 to Shin-Soo Choo, who was 0 for 3 with a walk last night. Above the belt, 94-mile-an-hour fastball, 1-1. Missed again inside. 2 balls and a strike.
Left-handers on the year off Scherzer have done a nice job. They're hitting .312 with 8 homers. And it is loaded with lefties tonight.
Shot for the outside corner, just a little off the plate. And a 3-ball, 1-strike count for Choo. Now the 3-1. And Choo fights it off, fouls it off his foot, full count.
This one looked like it had a little run inside. 3-1 count. That's a pretty good pitch staying in. It was about 96 miles per hour as well.
So he's gone full count to the leadoff man for the Tribe. And Scherzer's payoff pitch is hit foul.
Scherzer made a start against Cleveland this year, June 6th. He went 4 1/3 innings, gave up 7 hits. The Indians had 8 runs, 5 earned. He walked 3 and struck out 2. So they roughed him up. It was a 9-6 Indians win that day.
Again, the 3-2. Off-speed pitch outside, and a leadoff walk for Choo.
Let's take a look at the Home Depot Tigers defense for you this evening. In the outfield, it's Berry in left, Jackson in center, Bosch is in right. On the infield, Cabrera at third, Peralta at short, Infante at second, Fielder at first, Avila behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot.
Asdrubal Cabrera was 3 for 4 with a double last night. And he looks at ball 1.
Started them off changeup.
Yeah. Maybe trying to get a feel for something other than his fastball early here.
Slow him down, either that or he felt Cabrera would be searching that heater on first pitch.
Again, he misses away. It's 2-0. Miguel Cabrera in on the grass at third. And now backing up behind the bag with a 2-0 count. Missed again. 3 balls, no strikes. And Avila is going to go out for a chat.
Yeah, he's having a tough time spotting his fastball, and that's what he lives on, that number 1.
Tigers manager Jim Leyland.
Time to go get some seeds.
3rd all-time in wins in Tigers history, 571. Also 499 losses.
This is year number 7 for Jimmy in Detroit.
In for a strike, it's 3-1. Wants a fastball away here. And a fire over to first. Chu back easily. He has 10 steals.
That's a tough throw over there for the first baseman at this part of the ball game now, looking into the sun. Pitcher's in the shadow. He better keep it down when they throw it over there, because we have seen first basemen with the glasses on having to shade their eyes at times.
Scherzer delivers, and Cabrera swings through it. Full count.
I would not be surprised to see Chu off and running. Even though this is a swing and miss type of pitcher, I believe that Cabrera can put it in play.
The set. And now time called, as Scherzer was just going to try to wait it out.
Sure, just hold it see if they give it, they tip anything, give it away.
Well, last night Jason Kipnis got caught taking off a little bit too early, and Doug Fister was able to pick him off when he tried to get back. Chu takes off, and the 3-2 is fouled back by Cabrera.
Yeah, that's a tough pitch for Cabrera. He loves the ball down in the strike zone. And you can see where Scherzer's trying to ride it belt high or above, but keep it close enough where he can swing at. He got a piece of that one. But he can run it by you upstairs.
He's 3-2 now to the first two hitters in the Indians lineup. Again, Chu goes, and Cabrera strikes out. The throw down is in time, a double play.
The strike him out, throw him out. That's what you're not banking on. You're banking on Cabrera's going to hit the ball. Avila comes up, makes a strong throw to Peralta, and retires Chu for the 5th time he's been caught stealing. It's a fastball, outside edge. Good throw. There it is. The strike him out, throw him out, double play.
So 2 down, bases empty for Jason Kipnis. And it's up high for ball 1. Kipnis 1 for 4 with a double last night. Indians had 3 doubles and a triple in last night's game. Fastball for a strike to even it up. League leaders brought to you by your Cleveland Akron area Lexus dealers. With a runner in scoring position, Jason Kipnis among the best.
Right now, Scherzer at 17 pitches. He averages 18 pitches per inning this year, and you know why, because a lot of guys will swing through some, and they'll also foul some off. So 18 he's a strikeout guy. 135 strikeouts on the year and 110 innings.
He's behind Kipnis 3-1. Fouled right back. So a full count now to all 3 hitters here in the first inning. And the payoff pitch. Broken bat bouncer to second. And the inning is over. After 1, it's the Tigers 1 and the Indians nothing.
McDonald's Cherry Berry Chiller. Cherry and raspberry flavors blended with ice and 100% fruit juice. By AT&T, the nation's largest 4G network. AT&T, rethink possible. And by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers.
Bottom third of the Tigers' order due here in the second. Johnny Peralta to lead things off. And it's low, ball one. Peralta 0 for 2 last night with a couple of walks. Two balls, no strikes.
That was the count that Derek was in 11 times in his last start, the 2-0, the dreaded 2-0 count, where it's tough to expand a hitter's strike zone. They can get a little more discipline. They can sit and wait for their pitch as opposed to swinging at yours.
Missed inside, 3-1. Chop to third, Jack Hanahan. Flips it over, one away. With more on Derek Lowe and his struggles here lately, let's go down and check in. Here's Katie with him.
Well, Matt, Derek's gotten in trouble lately because he makes little adjustments throughout his entire start that ultimately ends up taking his focus away from attacking the hitter. Indians pitching coach Scott Radinsky told me earlier, his stuff is still as good as what it was in spring training and the beginning of the season. He just has to go out there, trust himself, and stick with the game plan.
He may be 39 years old and a veteran of 655 appearances as a pitcher in the big leagues, but confidence is still very fickle, even for a guy that's been around as long as he has. Avila drives one to deep center, off the wall. Brantley tried to barehand it, and Avila will stop at second anyway. So a one-out double for the Tigers catcher, his 12th two-bagger on the year.
He has great power the other way. He stays on the baseball very well, and he drove this one into left center field. Sends Brantley back. That was the sinker. Wanted it away, didn't get it away. And you can see how Avila likes the low pitch and hits it high off the auxiliary scoreboard and gets into second base with a one-out double. That's 4 hits now for the Tigers.
And it brings up Omar Infante, who was 1 for 3 last night. I think what Katie was talking about with Scott Radinsky is that, at this stage in his career, Derek Lowe is constantly trying to make adjustments on the fly because his stuff isn't quite what it used to be. And with that, you start getting hit around a little bit, and all of a sudden that confidence takes a big hit too. So you
don't trust your stuff.
You're working on two fronts, yeah. If you're Scott Radinsky, you're trying to mentally keep him in an upright position as well as working on the mechanical adjustments.
Well, the thing I think Derek knows and still has to be confirmed, he's going to give up a lot of hits to begin with, per innings pitch. He's a sinker ball pitcher. He doesn't throw it 90, 92 anymore. So a lot of times you just hope you keep it down, you keep him in front, you get it hit at some of your players. But there's some times where you're going to give up 12, 13 hits as a sinker ball, and you're going to get hit around the ballpark. For the most part, he's done a good job keeping it in the ballpark.
2 balls, 2 strikes to count on Infante. But as you said, when you give up a lot of those hits, if all of a sudden you start thinking, well, I've got to be a little bit more fine with this pitch, then the problem compounds itself for Lowe because then he starts pitching from behind.
Right. And, right now things are snowballing on him because it's been an 8-game streak for him.
Cabrera, fields, fires. Kochman came off the bag. No, he is safe at first. Kochman tried to get the tag down on Infante, but he couldn't do it. So an error on Cabrera, and you
Number
can't
11.
afford that.
No, not with this lineup. You can't. This is a routine play for Asdrubal, and you know what? It seems like his errors have been the simple ones this year. He pulls Kochman off, and I don't know if that one was high or if he had a tough time seeing it. I don't know, but he had to come off the base to catch it. So just a bad error right there.
2 on, 1 out. Austin Jackson, a single his first time up. And he scored the Tigers' first run of the game. 1-0 Detroit here in the second. Bounce to short. Cabrera backhand goes to Kipnis. He can't get it on the short hop. Run scores. On his way to third is Avila. Into second is Jackson.
Boy, back-to-back plays for his dribble Cabrera. We saw one other time this year in an inning where he made the 2 errors. And this one, you just want to get the 1 out. You don't want to be – he tried to get too much. He tried to be pretty, get a double play, get the force out at second. They were going to score a run. You got to give them a good throw. That wasn't even close. It's another error on Cabrera. They score a run.
Two 2-0 Tigers. The Indians are forced now to bring the infield in. Second and third, only 1 out. Quentin Berry at the plate. And it's inside ball 1.
Well, try and minimize the damage here. Your defense collapsed on you. I should say Cabrera did.
Base hit in the left field. Infante scores. Jackson stops at third. And it's 3-0 Detroit.
Second straight time that Berry takes a ball the other way. Awful low. And with the infield in, that's no problem. Good for a hitter. He found the hole. Still just 1 out. But you're rolling over to the big part of the lineup now. That's the bad thing about it.
Miguel Cabrera, an RBI single his first time up.
That's the first error for the Indians in the last 7 games. They have been fielding very well.
To third, Hanahan will go to second. There's one. Kipnis throw to first. Double play ends the inning. But the Tigers get 2 more, and they now lead at 3-0 middle of the second. Three nothing.
We haven't
Michael Brantley, Carlos Santana, and Travis Hafner coming up. Both runs in that second inning, unearned runs. And Max Scherzer with a fastball strike to Michael Brantley, who was 1 for 4 last night.
See if he has any better command of that fastball this inning.
Missed inside. 1-1. Popped him up. Left center field. Barry gives way to Jackson. 1 down. Take a look at the injury report tonight, brought to you by Elk & Elk Serious Lawyers. For serious injuries, call 1-800-ELK-OHIO. Last night, A-Rod hit by a pitch from Felix Hernandez of Seattle, and he's going to be out a month and a half at least, maybe 2 months.
Yeah, I saw that. He hit 3 Yankees last night. Jeter was hit, A-Rod, and also Ichiro in that ball game. There was a lot of guys drilled yesterday. A couple of guys in the head.
Yankees beat Seattle today 5-2. White Sox beat the Twins 8-2, and the Angels beat up Kansas City 11-6. A lot of day baseball.
Yeah, they must have the off day tomorrow, playing this afternoon and probably traveling.
Strike to the outside corner, and it's 1-1 for Carlos Santana. Ground ball to first. Prince Fielder will take it himself. 2 down. Our great clip of the game from last night. Manny Acta, he's a perfect 5 for 5 when executing the suicide squeeze as manager here in Cleveland. And last night, Aaron Cunningham got the bunt down. Lou Marson able to score the go-ahead run, leading the Indians to a 3-2 victory. Great clips. It's going to be great.
Great timing, great execution, great call. It ended up being the winning run.
Aaron Cunningham was designated for assignment today as the Indians added Brent Lillibridge to the roster. Manny Acta said he'll use Brent Lillibridge in a similar role that he used Aaron Cunningham. The one difference being that he believes Lillibridge can play shortstop, so he'll be able to spell Asdrubal Cabrera from time to time. Lillibridge has played every position on the diamond with the exception of pitcher and catcher. Hafner fouls it right back, 0-2. There is the newly acquired Brent Lillibridge, who we saw for a number of years as a member of the Chicago White Sox.
He's been on the road for a while. He gets traded, who goes to the Red Sox, then all of a sudden Crawford comes back and he gets designated there. So now sitting in a new dugout, so some strange surroundings, I'm sure. A lot has happened to him in the last couple of weeks.
2-strike pitch fouled back. Lillibridge said that, hey, I know my role. Late inning defensive replacement, spot start here and there. As you said, it's hard for young players who haven't had a lot of experience to morph into that role, but Lillibridge is a guy who's been around enough to know how to keep himself ready, though statistically nothing to write home about. Almost hit Hafner with that pitch, 1-2. It was Pronk's triple last night that led to the go-ahead run for the Tribe. Off-speed pitch, did he go? He did, says third base umpire Marvin Hudson. And the Indians go 1-2-3. 2 complete. Detroit 3, Cleveland nothing. Enjoy a cold one to stay tuned later in the game for Miller Time, brought to you by Miller Lite. All right, we go to the third, 3-0 Tigers. Prince Fielder, Delman Young, Brennan Bosch coming up. Fielder takes ball one outside. Fielder with a ground ball to Asdrubal Cabrera with the shift on. One down. Once again, here's Katie with him.
Well, guys, all new out here at the ballpark are the classic combo deals. You can get them at the concession stand. They are only $8. You can get the hot dog classic that involves a hot dog, a popcorn, and a Pepsi, or the brat classic, a brat and a beer. Again, just $8. You can get more information online at Indians.com. Matt?
All right, thanks, Katie. Here's Delman Young. Looks at a ball low and away. He struck out his first time up. Cuts and misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. Swung on and missed.
Yeah, he's been able to get him to chase the slider tonight. He's getting after it. Normally, Lowe likes to run that ball in. He's swinging at every slider away, not necessarily strikes either.
Tried it again. Why not?
Well, exactly. Why not?
Young finally lays off. It's 2-2. Going out there again. Ran it in, though. Might have missed his location. And it's 2-2. Delman Young, 2 for 4 last night. Pops this one up. Center fielder Michael Brantley has a beat on it. He'll give way to Chu. 2 down. Take a look now at our AT&T trivia question here tonight. Which Hall of Famer is the only player in Major League history to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam? Ball 1 to Brennan Bosch, who popped up on the infield. His first trip. Oh, man. Smoked that off the facing of the Detroit dugout. Sent a couple of guys scattering. One of them, I think, is that Justin Verlander down there? Well, that's the last guy, if you're a Tiger, you want to hit.
He's tomorrow's starter. You better not.
Low, the 1-1. Tried to go inside with a pretty good fastball, but he missed. 2 balls and a strike.
That's all right, though. That's how you have to straighten the left-handers up with that four-seamer inside. Keep them honest from, reaching out over the plate.
There's Verlander, who will start the series finale tomorrow for Detroit. Here's the 2-1. Liner to short. Cabrera's got it. Inning over. Derek Lowe bounces back with a 1-2-3 third. 3-0 Tigers. Bottom of the third. It will be the bottom third of the Indians' order due up here. Johnny Damon, Casey Kochman, and Jack Hanahan.
Damon drove in the Indians' first run last night, a second inning single.
Two-0 count. And that fastball catches the plate, 2-1. Three balls and a strike. Damon has gone 6 for 15 on this current homestand. Missed inside, a walk. Second leadoff walk issued by Scherzer here tonight.
Well, buy early and save on your seats for fireworks. That'll take place Friday, August 10th. The Red Sox are in town, and the fireworks will be presented by Progressive Insurance and set to the music from the Summer of Love. That's the 67 Rock Festival out at Haight-Ashbury out in San Francisco. So log on to Indians.com for your tickets.
Casey Kochman looks, it's outside, ball one. Well, Scherzer had a bout of semi-wildness in the first inning. He went 3-2 to every hitter. Kochman drills one. Deep right. Bosch back, looking up. Gone to Souvenir City. Casey Kochman, his 10th home run of the year, gets the Indians on the board, and they now trail it 3-2. RBIs number 37 and 38.
Well, that's a good spark the Indians could use right there. Kochman got into one, and he's in double figures. So it makes it a 3-2 ball game. He gets the fastball middle in, you can see, and he's able to turn on it. Gets the barrel head of the bat on the ball. It was a line drive. He's still having trouble spotting or locating that fastball. He's 2 of 8 first pitch strikes.
And a strike to the outside corner. Jack Hanahan 0 for 3 last night.
It's the 18th home run given up by Scherzer, and that's the 5th 2-runner he has given up. He's given up 11 solos and a couple 3-runners.
Now that's the jolt. You talk about a spark. That's the jolt the Indians really needed.
See, they're not a big home run hitting team, but when you get one, it gets you right back into the game. Now it's a 1-run game, and it can settle in.
And 2-0 count, pitching from behind. You can, as you said, cut the plate in half, look for your pitch. He got it, didn't miss it. And it's 2-1 now to Jack Hanahan. That's got to make Derek Lowe feel a lot better about things, too.
It sure does. It gives him a little boost. His defense let him down, but now your offense picks you right back up.
Good swing, but Jack shoots it back to the screen.
Well, that's what the Indians are going to have to do. You're going to have to get production from the bottom part of your lineup. You can't sit there and wait for the first 4 or 5 guys in this lineup to do it night in and night out. I mean, you have got to have help, and it's, hitting with runners in scoring position, whatever it takes. Matter of fact, this is the first time that a walk has scored for them in the last, 6 or 7 games.
Well, that's a big reason why they've gone 6 straight games and they haven't scored more than 3 runs.
Right, because their walks a lot of times aren't scoring. But when you get a big fly, man, you get somebody in like you do there, that walk, leadoff walk, you make him pay.
Hanahan got time, stepped away. Tribe right back in it now. after the Tigers had taken the crowd out of it, taking advantage of some sloppy defense early by the Indians. Jack strikes out, 1 away. Third strikeout for Scherzer tonight. Here's our minor league report tonight, courtesy of University Hospitals. Left-hander Matt Packer last night in a 4-2 win over Erie for the Akron Arrows went 7 1/3. Didn't walk a batter and gave up just 2 earned runs. And in 7 starts, he got an ERA of 1.04. Now Shin-Soo Choo, who walked his first time up. Low, ball 1. Caught the corner with the off-speed pitch, and it's 1-1. Fastball drill, deep right center field. Off the wall. Choo into second base with a ringing double. And that is his 31st double on the year.
Boy, Choo needed a little more sushi before the game, man. Just missed that ball going halfway up the wall. It's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it. You see, he gets a pitch to his liking, a fastball in there, and he drives it to right center. Watch where it hits on the wall, just halfway up. But this is a doubles machine, number 31 for Choo.
Second, Alex Gordon in doubles. Gordon has 33. Boy, these guys feast on sushi before the game, by the way.
Oh, I know they do. He needed another piece or two. Tell Tony next time, load it up.
Another piece of yellowtail. That might have been out of here. As Dribble Cabrera looks at ball 1 outside. Cabrera struck out his first time up, part of a strike him out, throw him out double play. Choo the tying run at second base with 1 out here in the third. He had him out in front. 1 ball, 1 strike. As you said earlier, he knows Cabrera searches that fastball. And first time up, he started him with a changeup.
Yeah. Well, see if Asdrubal can pick up his mistakes out in the field. He's let a couple in, so maybe he can drive in a couple. Boy, rarely does he do that. He's normally so dependable out there on defense.
Fouled right back. And a 1 ball, 2 strike count. Casey Kochman's 2-run homer here in the third, getting the Indians offense rolling. Cabrera down on the count, of ball and 2 strikes. Curveball swung on and missed. 4th strikeout for Scherzer, 2 down in the inning. That's going to bring up Jason Kipnis. We showed you the numbers earlier. Kipnis, one of the best in the American League, batting with runners in scoring position. .394 average. It's gone 37 for 94 with a runner in scoring position, trying to deliver the big 2-out hit here. Caught the corner, 0-1. And he follows it up with a good breaking ball.
He made 2 good pitches to get ahead of Kipnis here. Started him out changeup, comes back with a backdoor slider. Now you've really got a battle.
Well, that's where Kipnis can be tough because he'll flick it the other way. He can fight off some pitches. Fought off that high fastball. Scherzer steps away as they try to get on the same page for this next 2-strike pitch to Kipnis. And now Avila is going to go out and find out exactly what Scherzer wants to throw. And while they chat, we'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. Matt Underwood, Rick Manning with you here tonight at Progressive Field. Indians down 3-2. Runner at second, 2 down. Jason Kipnis down on the count 0-2. And Scherzer fires. It's up and away. A ball and 2 strikes. Glad to have you with us tonight here on Channel 3. We'll be on Channel 3. Finale between these two. He missed low, 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Kipnis goes from 0-2 to 2-2. Now Brian Runge calling for time. I don't know if did a ball get loose. Something down on the fell
field.
Out of the stands onto the field of play, so they'll scoop that
piece
up.
Of paper. He's got his helmet on. He couldn't see it.
Scherzer sets, and now the 2-2 to Kipnis. Check, did he go? They'll appeal. He did not. It's funny, Rick, they scooped up that little piece of paper down the left field line. Somebody dumped the whole box of popcorn in left field right up against the outfield wall.
Well, they're
out
waiting
there.
for the in-between innings to go out there and eat it.
Bring out the elephants.
Oh, boy, you're right. There you go.
Now the set and the 3-2 to Kipnis. Upstairs, ball 4. What an at-bat. Boy, down 0-2.
You know, and that shows you right there with Kipnis. He's proven he could hit with the, runners in scoring position, runners on base. So what do? You go in that meeting and you say, hey, don't give in to this guy. If you got a base open, you go ahead and pitch around him. He made 2 great pitches early in that at-bat and ends up walking him. So Kipnis had a really good at-bat.
Yeah, even though he had him down 0-2. He wasn't just going to go in there and challenge him. He tried to nibble and get him to chase, but Kipnis just wouldn't do it. So now 2 on, 2 out. Michael Brantley to the plate as the meeting at the mound is over.
And that's what this team has to do to be successful. You've got to take your walk. You can't expand your strike zone. That's what happens when you try to do too much. You go out of your realm to do something more than you're capable of doing, and you get yourself out. You go in there, you trust Michael Brantley's going to have a good at-bat and let him try and get it done.
He's no slouch with runners in scoring position himself, batting over 300 on the year. Brantley with a hit in each of his last 4 games. Fly to center his first time up.
7 guys in this lineup have seen 5 or more pitches from Scherzer, so they're really making them work.
Yeah, this will be number 60 on the night for Scherzer. You said he averages about
18.
He's averaging 20 tonight, so the Indians are.
And he's not out of this one yet. Yep, first time they've had him on the ropes this inning. The leadoff walk got it started, and Kochman's 2-run homer.
Brantley fouls it right back. And a ball and 2 strikes the count. You remember last night Brantley tried to go to third on a play in which he dove head first, and Prince Fielder came all the way across the diamond from first base to cover at third. And Brantley got up shaking that hand, but he said it's fine today. Didn't look good at the time. You run into Prince Fielder. Usually you come up the loser in that collision.
That's true. It looked like he might have heard it, but that's good. They can ill afford to lose anybody that's in that starting lineup every day.
2 on, 2 out, 1-2 count. Brantley with a long fly ball. Deep right. Bosch back, still going back. On the track, pulls it down. He gave it a ride, but came up empty. Indians get on the board thanks to Casey Kochman's 2-run homer. 3-2 Tigers. We go to the fourth. Three-two, Tigers on top as we go to the fourth inning. And Derek Lowe coming off a 1-2-3 inning in the third. And then the offense went in and did their thing to pick him up. Hopefully he can stay in that groove. He'll face the bottom third of the order here in the fourth.
Yeah, well, this will be the big inning for Derek Lowe. Come out here and get your offense right back in.
Choose got it.
That certainly helps with one pitch.
Alex Avila doubled off the wall in left field his first time up. Just to the left of straightaway center. And a fastball strike to Avila. Missed outside, 1-1. Leans him back. 2 balls and a strike. Derek Lowe felt like he wanted to use his four-seam fastball more tonight and try to pitch inside more tonight, try to be more effective to help his sinker away, especially to the left-handed hitter.
I like that game plan to a lineup that has a lot of good hitters in it. You have to make them look to the whole 17 inches of that plate. If they can cut it in half and look to one part of it, the inside half or the outside half, they're going to have success.
Missed down low, 3 balls and a strike. Low's 3-1. Strike called and a full count. Not so fast, Alex Avila.
That bat almost came out of his hands there, didn't it? He was going to take the one step. He had the flip ready to go.
Now Lowe's payoff pitch. Right back to him. He knocks it down and throws him out. 2 away. Browns 1-on-1 returns tomorrow when Jim Donovan sits down with Jabal Sheard and Frosty Rucker. How is the D-line shaping up? Find out tomorrow at 6 on Browns 1-on-1, only on STO. Two down now for Omar Infante. In for a strike. Popped him up. The shortstop is Dribble Cabrera.
Good inning.
Makes the catch. And again, the Tigers go 1-2-3. 3-2 Detroit as we go to the bottom of the 4th. Better view.
In due time, young man, you'll be able to see it.
3-2, Tigers on top, bottom of the 4th. For the Indians, Carlos Santana, Travis Hafner, and Johnny Damon coming up.
What if?
Carlos Santana bounced to first his first time up. And it's inside, ball 1. Indians have won 6 out of 7 against Detroit this year. Every game played between these two clubs has been a close one.
Well, the Indians have really been able to do a good job to control their offense. The first time that Detroit came into this park, they were struggling offensively, but they've been able to control the two big bats, Cabrera and Fielder, with runners in scoring position.
Yeah, they're a combined 0 for 16 here in Cleveland in the 4 games played. A strike to Santana. That was coming into action here tonight. Cabrera got a base hit in the first inning with a runner in scoring position.
And then grounded into that double play.
Now the 2-1. High pop. Right field near the line. Infante calling for it. Bosch calls him off. Makes the grab one away. Well, let's send it back right now to the Hyundai Studios for an in-game update with Dave Chudowski.
Well, guys, I know you've been waiting for the sequel to Moneyball. It's being filmed right now. Oakland and Toronto, top of 2. Brandon Inge, bases loaded, a double to make it 7-0. It's an 8-run inning. Right now in the second, it's 9-0. The A's looking for their 7th straight win. Back to you.
Yeah, they've won 9 out of their last 10, and they are absolutely on fire.
That's remarkable. They're leading the league in pitching in ERA.
Well, that 4-game sweep of the Yankees had to just do wonders for their confidence overall.
Yeah, as a team coming together, you're right. All one-run ball games. They lead the league in ERA with a 3.36. And they traded what you felt were all their good pitchers. They're doing it with a bunch of guys through trades.
Travis Hafner, a swing and a miss. Hafner struck out his first time up. And he pulls this one foul.
Send along some birthday wishes tonight. Franklin Kirk of Rocky River is turning 94. Happy birthday to you. Michael Masters, 92 in Bay Village. Michael, happy birthday to you. And Gene Nelson in Titusville, PA is celebrating his 86th. That's a belated birthday. I just got your message today, so sorry about that, but happy birthday.
Swung on and missed, and Hafner down on strikes for the second time tonight. 5 Ks for Scherzer, 2 down in the 4th.
Well, come on down to the ballpark tomorrow night. Load up on dollar dogs for just $1. That's courtesy of Sugardale. It'll be it'll be Verlander going against Zach McAllister tomorrow night, 7:05, dollar dog night. Last game of the homestand before the Tribe embarks on a 10-day trip.
Damon pops one to center. Back goes Jackson, still going back, and he pulls it down. Damon gave it a ride, but the Indians go 1-2-3. And we go to the 5th, 3-2 Detroit. By Panini's with 17 locations in Northeast Ohio. By Levin's, home of the Sealy Posturepedic mattress made right here in Northeast Ohio. By Kia, Cleveland.com. And by First Merit Bank. All right, we go now to the 5th inning. It's a 3-2 ball game. And in the second inning, the Tigers had scored 2 runs, and they had first and third with only 1 out, and Miguel Cabrera at the plate. And this game had a chance to get away from Derek Lowe in a hurry. He got Cabrera to hit into an inning-ending double play, and he has retired 7 straight.
Yeah, you talk about a confidence builder or a point in the ball game that can really turn it around. That was it right there. He picked up his defense with the double play ball with their best hitter hitting. And they haven't seen base since, so.
1 ball, 2 strikes, the count on Austin Jackson. Two balls, 2 strikes. Boy, Oakland's still pouring it on Toronto. It's now 10-0 in the third inning.
We're going to be waving the white flags pretty soon.
Almost chased after it, but held up, full count. Popped him up, out of play. Out of play again. It stays 3-2. Quentin Berry waits on deck, then Miguel Cabrera here in the 5th. And he missed outside, ball 4. And he walks the leadoff man. Our game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Miguel Cabrera with an RBI single in the second. They gave the Tigers, well, that was in the first, I beg your pardon. Then in the second inning, they scored 2 more. Casey Kochman's 2-run homer in the bottom of the third got the Tribe on the board. And that's where we stand. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Quentin Berry at the plate, 2 for 2 with an RBI single. He squared the bunt. Kochman was charging in. They might have had Jackson straying too far at first, but Casey was charging. Nobody to cover as Santana looked to throw down. Berry shoots it out of play.
It's going to be interesting to see what goes on when they get back and get healthy again, the Tigers, because they've got, who is it, Andy Dirks, who's out on rehab, getting ready to come back, a left-handed hitting outfielder, and this guy's filled in and done a nice job. Quentin Berry has. He filled in actually when Jackson was on the disabled list and in center field. But when Dirks comes back, what do? Is it Rayburn gone? Is it this guy gone? They're going to have a decision to make.
Yeah, you think it'd be hard to send this guy back down the way he's playing?
Well, it is, but would you keep Rayburn maybe to also fill in? He does some second base, some outfield. He's a right-handed bat. Dirks is also a left-handed bat. So, and this kid's been with maybe 6 or 7 different organizations. He has done a nice job. But I think when Dirks comes back, he'll probably be the one to go.
2-1, a called. Ooh. Thought it was going to be a called strike.
Well, he looked out there. He said, it was away.
Ryan Runge says, yep, it was outside.
Well, that's his opinion. So, we'll see in the near future. But, I mean, the Tigers have been firing on all cylinders, and there's another walk.
Boy, back-to-back walks here in the fifth, and Derek Lowe is gift-wrapping it for the Tigers now as Miguel Cabrera is coming up.
Yeah, those are the two guys. That's what makes it tough. You've got to pitch to those guys, and that's why they can go out there and get their hits, because you've got Cabrera now and Fielder coming up. You certainly don't want to put them on for the two big boppers.
Now get that double play ball again if you're Derek Lowe.
Why not? He's hit into 18 this year. Second in the league for the most, but it's as dangerous as any hitter in this league. You get this guy late in the game, you're better off just putting him on first base so you know where he's at.
Missed badly. Santana was set up in, and that ball went all the way outside off the plate. Sinker down low, 2-0. Here comes Scott Radinsky, the Indians pitching coach. It's a key spot now for Derek Lowe. He had retired, as we told you, 7 in a row since he got Cabrera to hit into the double play to end the second inning. But the walk to Jackson, followed by the walk to Berry, and now he's in the soup with a 2-0 count on Cabrera.
I hope this conversation goes better than the one last night to Joe Smith on a 2-0 count to Cabrera, because the very next pitch left in center field.
There's a strike. Gets him back in the at-bat at 2-1. Swung on and missed, and the count evens at 2-2.
You got him to chase that sinker that time. It looked like Cabrera wanted to try. He was guessing along with him and wanted to hit this ball out of the ballpark.
Two on, nobody out on a 2-2 count as Cabrera steps away. Yeah, full count. Low sets, turns, nothing doing with the runners. Jim Leland knows this game could go one way or the other right here. And it's ball 4, and the bases are loaded.
Wow. That is a gift-wrapped inning right there.
Well, he's walked him loaded for Detroit.
You know, when you walk the other two guys, you got this guy up. This is as dangerous as you can get. So he's going to fall behind him, and then he's got to come back on a 2-0 pitch and throw him the slider. Strike. He gets him to chase his pitch right there. And then he's a little fine, but with this guy, he can do it to you. So it's 3 straight walks for Derek Lowe, and nobody out here in the 5th.
And Prince Fielder hit by a pitch and is grounded out, and it's inside ball 1. Infield back, double play depth. And that will even the count of 1-1. Austin Jackson at third, Quentin Berry at second, and Miguel Cabrera at first with nobody out. Fouled back, a ball and 2 strikes. Well, right now it's 75 pitches on the night. Esmiel Rogers getting loose. In the air center field, Brantley is there. He'll make the catch. Tagging and scoring is Austin Jackson. And it's now a 4-2 Detroit lead as Fielder picks up his 69th RBI.
Boy, that was a good job of putting the ball in play. He was totally fooled by this changeup, and it looks like he just throws the bat head at it.
Instead of popping it up, though, he's able to drive it to center.
I mean, he almost threw his bat. I mean, he went down there. That was a couple inches off. That was a really good job of. See, that's an RBI guy. I've got to get that guy in from third base. I mean, he just flicks his bat out there and hits it to, medium deep center field. Gets the run across, sacrifice fly.
And now Young with a line drive single to center. Berry coming around third will be held there. And the bases are reloaded with 1 out. First hit in the inning for Detroit.
Well, and this guy, he searches that first pitch, anything close. He was chasing that slider all night long, and then Derek left him one up in the zone, and he gets a base hit on it. Not that it was hit hard, it was off the end of the bat, but he's been chasing that pitch down and away. He elevated it to him, and he got hurt with it.
Brennan Bosch looks at a fastball inside. Bosch grounds it to first. Kochman comes home with the throw. Santana scoops it out. He held on to it, and they get the out at the plate.
It's just a force out. He's only got to touch the plate.
I'm not sure he knew he had the ball, or maybe if his foot was still on the plate.
I mean, it's just a matter of stepping on the plate. I think the throw from Kochman was a little low. But with the bases loaded, Kochman's coming home. Let's see and take a look at it. The bat's at the back of the plate. He had to scoop it, and his foot was on the plate. Maybe he didn't realize it was still on the plate. I agree with you. The throw was low from Kochman. He tried to get something on it. That's a beautiful play by Santana to pick that ball. You've got a runner bearing in on you. He only had to step on it, and he was on it. Don't know if he realized it, but they get the force out at the plate.
And that's a big second out of the inning. Johnny Peralta 0 for 2 on the night coming up here. Boy, if he can get out of this only giving up the 1 run, that will be huge. Peralta looks inside, ball 1.
Yeah, Detroit's just one swing away from opening this ball game up. Lowe just one pitch away from getting out of it.
Hit to third. Hanahan's got it. Goes to second. Inning-ending force. Boy, Derek Lowe loaded him up with nobody out. He gets out of it, surrendering just 1 run. 4-2 Tigers, middle of the 5th. 4-2 Tigers as we go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Tigers starter Max Scherzer has made 71 pitches so far here tonight. He needed 20 to get out of the first, 31 pitches to get through the 3rd inning. But he cruised through the 4th on just 9 pitches. Casey Kochman will lead off here for the Tribe. His 2-run homer got him on the board in the 3rd. Tribe's first hit of the night. You always talk about solo home runs. If you're a pitcher, you give up solo home runs. It's not that big a deal. Casey has specialized in the multi-run homer this year. 9 of his 10 home runs have either been 2 or 3-run shots.
That's taking advantage of it right there,
I'm sorry,
boy.
7 of his 10. He's hit 6 2-run homers, 1 3-run homer, and 3 solo shots. Now the 1-1. Hit on the ground to short. And Peralta will throw him out. 1 down. Our highlight reel brought to you by your Northeast Ohio Ford dealers. And this was the blast by Casey Kochman that got the Indians on the board and back in the ball game. Jack Hanahan struck out his first time up. Pop back out of play. It's 0-2.
We've got to send along a happy 48th wedding anniversary to Mel and Georgianne Walters from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. Also, Debbie Persinger celebrating her 59th birthday, White House, Ohio. And Marnie Papperheim of Philadelphia is turning 50. Happy birthday.
Missed outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. 1 down here in the home half of the 5th. Scherzer has retired 5 straight. Just as the Tigers nearly blew it open in the 2nd inning when Miguel Cabrera hit into the inning-ending double play, Max Scherzer gave up a long fly ball off the bat of Michael Brantley to deep right field with 2 aboard in that 3rd inning. Brantley just missed squaring that one up and sending it out of here, but he got out of it, and he started to settle in now. Up high, full count. Scherzer now at 80 pitches on the night. And a little topper to first. Did he hit that off his foot?
Yeah, they're calling a foul ball, I think. Or maybe Jack was saying it was off his foot, and then Brian Runge said no.
Manny Acta out to argue, and he's really giving it to Brian Runge.
Well, you see it hit the dirt out there. It's tough to see if it hit his foot.
Manny's just arguing that he wanted him to get some help.
Well, Hanahan's still standing at home plate.
Is he looking at the ball to see if there's a black shoe polish on it?
I don't know. That's a good. He must be.
Oh, man, Max Scherzer's getting pretty animated here. What is going on?
I don't know. Well, he's out. He's saying it didn't hit his foot.
All right.
I mean, it's close. When we show the replay, it's awfully close, but you can't tell if it hits his cleat, the bottom part of his cleat, or what. And it did hit the ground. Don't know if it hit his foot. Hard to tell, but no one called it. No other umpire called it on the corner. And Runge said he didn't see anything, so it goes as an out, 3 unassisted.
2 down for Shin-Soo Choo as the ball misses down low, ball 1. Up and away, 2-0. Up high with it, 3 balls, no strikes. As Dribble Cabrera would be next. Taken all the way, 3-1. Yeah, it's ball 4. So the inning stays alive now for Asdrubal Cabrera. Before he steps in, we'll get the answer to our AT&T trivia question tonight. Which Hall of Famer, the only one to hit a walk-off inside the park grand slam in the history of baseball? Roberto Clemente on this date in 1956.
You know, I've never heard of it until I've heard that question, a walk-off inside the park grand slam.
That came to us courtesy of Bill Chuck at BillyBall.com. Interesting part of the story is that Clemente came around third as Cabrera bangs one to first, and Fielder just smothered it. That'll end the inning. Let's continue that story when we come back. Through 5, it's the Tigers 4 and the Indians 2.
Subway Extreme Fan Zone with today's lucky $25 Indians Fun Money winner, Mackenzie and Lily. And guys, we're having a good time up here. What do you think of the seat?
Awesome.
You having fun?
Yeah, it's a really great view up here.
Absolutely. You can be a winner too. All you have to do is log on and get your tickets to sit in the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. Subway is where winners eat. Matt, Rick, we'll send it back over to you guys.
4-2 Detroit as we go to the 6th inning. And Derek Lowe will come out to start the inning. He's just over 80 pitches on the night. Esmail Rogers was getting loose in that 5th inning, but Lowe was able to get out of further damage, giving up just the 1 run after he walked the bases loaded to start the 5th. And he gets the outside corner for strike 1. His 3 walks consecutively to open the 5th inning. Missed outside, 1-1. Two balls and a strike. And Avila has his second hit of the night, a leadoff single here in the 6th. And you can bet that'll probably get the bullpen going again. Brown single game tickets go on sale August 1st, but you can win tickets before they go on sale by logging on to stohd.com and vote for your favorite moment in Browns history. And that'll get you an opportunity to win tickets to a Browns game before they go on sale. Omar Infante 0 for 2. Runner goes, and it's slowly chopped to third. Hanahan will have to hurry. He does, and he gets Infante for out number 1.
Jim Leyland playing a little hit and run there with the Infante. Of course, Avila, the catcher, doesn't run real well, so they're going to get him started and stay out of the double play and get him into scoring position now. Start your runner, and that's a hitter's job. You see, I love what he did. Not many times you see a guy hit and run, just trying. It looked like he was trying to hit it on the ground. That's the job. Hit it on the ground. You hit it on the ground, the guy's going to get to second base. If you find a hole, it's a bonus. A lot of times you see guys swing and uppercut or swing and miss.
Jackson bounces it to short. Cabrera takes a look at Avila, but takes the sure out at first, 2 down. Going to bring up Quentin Berry, who's been on base safely all 3 times tonight. 2 hits, a walk. He has driven in a run. As Oakland trounces Toronto 10-0 in the 4th. Tampa Bay doing a number on Baltimore. The Rays lead the O's 10-1 in the 5th. Berry fouls it out of play.
Tampa trying to. If they win that ball game, in a tie with Baltimore for second place behind the Yankees, because the Yankees already won today.
Time called. One more thought. I wanted to finish the thought on the Clemente inside the park game-winning grand slam walk-off style. He came around third. Back then, the managers were the third base coach. So Bobby Bragan was the third base coach saying, stop, stop. He kept on going and scored and made a little baseball history. Yeah,
I'm not stopping.
And Bobby Bragan would eventually come to Cleveland for a short-lived term as Indians manager. The 1-1. Good pitch. Just missed with it. 2-1 to count.
Well, we saw Nick Markakis run through a stop sign the other night, and he probably would have made it. He stopped. That was the difference in a ball game. That would have been the tying run, if you remember, in that Baltimore series.
And Markakis said afterwards it was 99.9% my fault.
What was that one?
He didn't throw his third base coach under the bus or blame it on anybody else. He said, it was my fault.
Then it's 100% his fault.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know where the other
99.9. It's either.
By Hanahan down the line. Quentin Berry is having a night. That's his 3rd hit of the night, his 2nd run batted in.
He's put on a clinic because he's staying just a perfect approach against Derek Lowe. Look at that sinker way. That's up, and he just slaps it the other way. The third time he's gone the other way. And he gets it past. Hanahan's off the line, gets it into left field. That makes it a 5-2 ball game. Big 2-out base hit, Low upset.
Now Miguel Cabrera takes a strike. Esmail Rogers up again in the Indians bullpen.
Wouldn't surprise me to see Barry off and running either.
Draws a throw from Low. Hit foul.
Well, now's the time to go. 0-2. Protect your hitter up there. If you get thrown out, then Cabrera comes back to lead off the next inning. Although I think this guy, he's one of the guys that he could go deep whether he's got 2 strikes on him or not.
Lines it to right. Chu makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's now 5-2 Detroit. To the home half of the 6th. Jason Kipnis, Michael Brantley, and Carlos Santana due up for the Tribe. Kipnis takes a fastball right down the middle for strike 1.
Had a good at-bat in his last time up, man on second, a couple outs. He ended down in the count 0-2 and ended up working a walk out of the whole deal.
Swung on and missed. Ball and 2 strikes. And a slider outside corner got him looking. 6 strikeouts for Scherzer. Gives him 140 on the year.
Yeah, went with the backdoor breaking ball. It's an excellent pitch, really, when you see that's where Avila is set up. Right on the outside edge. Awfully close. As a hitter, that's a tough pitch to hit, boy.
Michael Brantley 0 for 2. He has flied out twice tonight. He drives one to deep center, but back is Jackson.
Can't see it.
No, he doesn't see the ball. It drops on the warning track and hops up into the seats for a ground rule double.
He did not see it. He was going at it with his hands apart, going, I don't see it. And you can't catch what you can't see. That's that time of night. Let's look at it. 8:56. Michael Brantley. Remember that time. Hit it in the air at 8:56, and this ball's going to bounce on the track. Look at his hands.
Never saw it, did
No, he did not. It bounces in for a ground rule double. And for Brantley, that's his 28th double of the year.
And then it gives Carlos Santana a chance with 2 down and a runner in scoring position. Indians need some offense to get back in it here, down 3.
He knew it was hitting his direction. But once it gets up in that sky, it's tough to pick up.
Fouled right back. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Santana with Hafner to follow here in the 6th. Indians down 5-2. The double by Brantley, just the 3rd hit of the night for the Tribe, but all 3 hits have been for extra bases. 2 doubles and the homer by Kochman. Hop back out of play. And now Santana down on the count, 1-2. So the Tigers have their bullpen up and running. 95 pitches on the night for Max Scherzer. 55 of those have been for strikes. Brantley takes off for 3rd. Santana takes. It's a ball. And Brantley with the steal, his 11th. So now, a ground ball up the middle or a fly ball could get him home.
Well, he just got the walk and lead. They really never made him stop, and he was off and running.
I don't think Scherzer ever even looked at him.
Well, he felt that. You know, you can see that and sense that out there. He's going for the out at home plate, so he just lost and didn't pay attention to him, and Brantley took off.
Popped him up on the infield. Cabrera in foul ground has it. 2 down. And we'll pause for station identification. You're watching Cleveland Indians baseball. For those of you looking for America's Got Talent, I'm told it will air in its entirety at 2 a.m.
Oh, good. By the time I get home, that's good.
So if you want to stay up, that's fine. Otherwise, you might want to Devo that, or what do you call it? TiVo.
TiVo.
That, yeah.
Devo.
Devo.
We are Devo. Devo White.
Whip it good.
Into shape. Shape it up.
Come on, Travis Hafner 0 for 2. He has struck out twice tonight. And Max Scherzer with a first pitch strike at 97 miles an hour. He might sense that he's nearing the finish line here, and he's going to let it rip now.
Why not? I mean, he has a 3-run lead here.
And it's 0-2. Back-to-back 97-mile-an-hour heaters. Brantley got to third with one out on the steal, but Santana fouled out on the infield. Unable to get him home. Now Hafner looking for a 2-out base hit. And he's out on 3 pitches. So the Indians waste a scoring chance here in the 6th. 5-2 Detroit.
Of some of the new transportation options the Indians have for you. You can go online to Indians.com, check it all out right now. You can get a family pass on the RTA rail service that will cap your price at $10 for the whole family, $1 shuttles from Ohio City, and also guaranteed parking in the Gateway Garage. You want to make sure to take advantage of that when you come out here for Sunday, August 12th. It will be a bobblehead giveaway. You can take home Gaylord Perry. The first 15,000 fans through the gates will take home that bobblehead courtesy of Progressive Insurance. Again, all the information is online for you right now at Indians.com.
Esmail Rogers coming on for the 17th time. 1 win, no losses, ERA 2.61. He'll be facing Fielder, Young, and Bosch for Detroit. And it's a strike call. Cabrera bangs it to first. Kochman will flip it to Rogers, 1 away.
Well, for Derek Lowe, 6 innings tonight, 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned. He walked 3, all coming back in the 5th inning. The first 3 guys he faced in that inning walked it. They only scored 1. He struck out 1. McAllister on his right will go up against Verlander tomorrow. It looked like Santana was crossed up on that pitch.
It did, didn't it? Delman Young 1 for 3 on the night. Back out of play. Fouls the fastball back. That was bearing in on him. Might have swung out of self-defense more than anything else. I don't know. 1-2.
Well, he didn't mean to swing it, that's for sure. That ball was almost by him.
Two balls, two strikes. Drilled foul down the left side.
He left that slider up.
Oh, nice grab.
That's
the old school.
C. Yes, indeed. That's the old C. Back in the day, back in the 20s. That uniform right there. I like that. Remember, was it last year or the year before they came out and they had the...
I think that's the 1920 year they won the World Championship uniforms.
I do too. And didn't they play in this ballpark with those uniforms on for a game? I loved them.
Yeah.
Liked the look of them. They had the blue socks. It looked really good.
Three balls, two strikes. Another foul back. Delman Young's having a good at bat.
Now Santana's telling him, just get the ball down. He's leaving everything up around the belt.
Three-two pitch, and it's low, ball four. That's a good AB for Delman Young. And he's aboard with one out here in the seventh, and it brings up Brennan Bosch. Well, when the Indians have beaten Detroit, and they've beaten them 6 out of 7 times, it's because they've had the lead late, and they've turned it over to the dynamic duo of Vinny Pastano and Chris Perez. 12 innings, they've given up 1 run.
That's been the right combo, but to get that combo on in here tonight, the offense is going to have to score some runs to get the lead.
Swung out and missed. Brennan Bosch fouls it back. And the count 0-2.
Well, they threw 2 straight changeups to this left-hander that likes the fastball. He's a good low ball hitter, and he likes the fastball. So they started him off 2 changeups, and he's down in the count 0-2.
Up high. That's out of play. And he missed again with it outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fouled back again. Now the 2-2 pitch. Bosch pulls it on the ground to first. Kochman will take it, tag him out, 2 down. Delman Young moves into scoring position. And it will bring up Johnny Peralta, who is 0 for 3 on the night. Good stop by Santana. Well, over in the National League, the Washington Nationals maintain their stranglehold on the top spot in the NL East. They won for the 5th straight time today, and they sent the New York Mets to their 6th consecutive defeat.
Yeah. You got 2 teams going in total opposite directions. Washington on the upswing, and the Mets, they're falling, free falling.
Mets have lost 11 of 12 since the All-Star break. Atlanta won, but they can't make up any ground. They're still 4.5 back. Pittsburgh stopped a 2-game skid. They beat Chicago today. The Reds have been red hot. They've won 6 in a row. 2.5 games up on the Pirates in the NL Central. At the start of the day, there's a strike called, and the count 1-2 on Peralta. Cincinnati leading Houston right now 1-0. They're in the 4th. Down on the Lone Star State. The 1-2 pitch. Another ball in the dirt. Philadelphia won for the 4th straight time today, and they sent Milwaukee to their 6th straight loss. Well, the Brewers' bullpen is just a mess.
Yes, it is.
They can't hold a lead.
That's a bad feeling as a team, too.
Missed inside with that slider. You know, they've changed closers, and it just nothing's working.
The harder they try, the worse it gets, it seems.
Rogers, the payoff pitch. And Peralta pops it to center. Brantley's there. Inning over. 7th inning stretch here at Progressive Field. The Indians trail the Tigers 5-2. And the Cleveland Clinic brings you the 7th inning stretch. Join the free walking program, Let's Move It, Mondays at Progressive Field and the Metro Park Zoo. Visit letsmoveit.org for more information. Our Panini camera. Stop by and get overstuffed at Panini's Bar and Grill. Max Scherzer back out for the 7th. He has made exactly 100 pitches on the night. 59% for strikes. Bottom third of the Indians order due up here. Inside corner called strike.
You know, that's not too bad, 60% almost, but he started the game out having a tough time commanding that fastball early and then settled in. 7 strikeouts on the evening.
After that 31-pitch third inning, you didn't know if he was going to get deep into this ball game, but he has definitely righted the ship.
Well, he's given up just 3 hits. The home run and 2 doubles.
The fact that he was pitching from behind and a lot of full counts. He's walked 3, 4. 1, 2, 3,
he's walked
4.
4. Yeah.
Damon strikes out, and that's 8 now for Scherzer. 1 down. Every homer this year hit by the Indians means Rick and I will make a donation of $5 each to the Gathering Place, while Great Clips donates $50 per dinger. Our season total, $5,340. Great needs, great deeds, Great Clips. Casey Kochman's 2-run homer in the 3rd, accounting for the Indians' only runs of the game. And now he pops one up. Peralta has it 2 away. And it will bring up Jack Hanahan.
Well, they're ready.
They've been warming up forever.
Yeah, it doesn't look like they're going to need him till the 8th inning, though. The Scherzer right there, that one pitch certainly helps after the strikeout of Damon. So he knows this is his last go-to right here. The Indians will have the task of Verlander tomorrow night.
Hanahan, first ball swinging. Deep left. Barry makes the catch. Tribe goes 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to the 8th inning. 5-2 Detroit.
Telecast is presented by the authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
It's a 5-2 Detroit lead as we go to the 8th inning. And now Cody Allen coming on, 3rd Indians pitcher to work tonight. He'll make his third appearance. Couple of walks, couple of strikeouts so far for the right-hander. He'll be facing Alex Avila, Omar Infante, and Austin Jackson.
I wonder if he's maybe feeling a little less pressure. I know the first game out there he was really, and rightfully so. First major league appearance on this homestand, he came in and he was just really trying to throw everything through a brick wall. He settled in his second appearance, and now hopefully that'll carry over every time he comes out now, even though it will be a different ball club.
Trying to find that level of normalcy.
Yeah, where you can take that deep breath and just be yourself and just nice and relaxed. It may take a little while.
Alex Avila 2 for 3 tonight, single and double, couple of runs scored.
From what we've seen, looks like he's got a very good arm. Good curveball.
There's that fastball, mid-90s, but he runs it away, and it's 2-0. Missed again, 3 balls, no strikes. There's a good fastball in there. And it's 3-1. A little bit low. And a leadoff walk for Avila. In-game box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, who invite you to see the all-new 2012 Sonata. Visit NorthernOhioHyundaiDealers.com today. Quentin Berry, a perfect 3 for 3 on the night. Couple of runs batted in. And he's been a real pain for the Tribe. Prince Fielder, a sac fly. Miguel Cabrera, an RBI single in the first. As you said, you look back on this game at this point, and the errors gave him 2 runs in the second, and then you walk the bases loaded. Derek loaded in the 5th, and that basically gift wrapped another run. So you take those 3 runs away, and
yeah, you can't give this Tiger team will do its own damage, without giving them anything. I mean, I'm surprised it's still a 5-2 game, because the Tigers have had an opportunity to open this one up a couple of times, and they haven't been able to do it.
Well, Cody Allen is suffering the same fate he did his first time out, inability to throw strikes.
Well, that could be okay. This Tigers team's in town, and it's a little different. They're a good ball club, so you just try and put a little more on it than what you have.
Over the years, you wonder if Jim Leyland has any nails left to bite.
It's probably down to the nubs of his fingers.
You mentioned 7 years at the helm here in Detroit.
Right.
Only Huey Jennings and Sparky Anderson have won more games as a Tiger manager than Jim Leyland. Bunt back to the mound. Allen looks to second. He'll take the sure out at first. He had a play at second, but you want to make sure you get an out here. Runner at second with 1 out. Austin Jackson coming up. We'll go back to the studios once again. Here's Dave Chudowski.
Matt, Rick, thanks. Boston at Texas, top of 4. Will Middlebrooks off Derek Holland. That's gone. Solo shot, his 12th leader to make it 2-0. But the Rangers with 3 in the bottom half, and it's 3-2 Rangers in the 4th. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Chud. Yeah, the Rangers still have a 5-game lead in the West, but Oakland obviously is charging hard. Oakland and the Angels started the night tied for second in the AL West. Boston right at that 500 mark. Who knows what's going to happen with that club?
their pitching. I mean, you can't count on their pitching right now.
You know, a lot of people are wondering, will they make a trade? Do they have the wherewithal to make a trade that can help them? Up high. Back out of play. Cody Allen ready with the 2-1. And back out of play to even it up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Our attendance tonight, 24,029. One more to go on this homestand between these two clubs tomorrow night.
Yes,
Did he
he
chase?
did.
Yes, he did, says Brian Runge. Cody Allen got him to chase that slider in the dirt. And there are 2 down. Well, the Browns are headed back to the practice field as they get ready for the upcoming season. Jim Donovan, Tony Grossi, Doug Deacon, Andre Knott, Mary Kay Cabot, Sam Rutigliano. A cast of thousands will bring you the latest news from Berea during PNC Bank Training Camp Daily, Saturday after the Indians and Twins game, only on STO. At the knees, a fastball strike.
This young man has had a good night. Walked once, 3 hits, couple of ribbies. And every time he got that ball, he stroked it to left field off the sinker baller. Derek Lowe had a really good approach.
Another good breaking ball for a strike. Yeah, Barry slapped a 2-out RBI single by Jack Hanhan in the 6th right down the third baseline. And that gave the Tigers a 3-run lead. To left. Back goes Damon. Makes the catch. And we'll go to the last half of the 8th. Tigers 5, Indians 2. 5-2 Detroit. Bottom of the 8th inning, top of the order for the Indians coming up here. Joaquin Benoit coming on now for Detroit. He's having another good year, 2.93 ERA. He has punched out 56 in his 46 innings of work.
Well, this is their setup man. This is their Pistano coming out of their bullpen. 8th inning man set it up for Valverde.
And he's got the good splitter that
change,
makes him a guy that can get lefties and righties both out.
Well, Detroit gave him big money after he had a good year down in Tampa. Started in Texas. Had arm surgery. But this guy he's still got good stuff.
Chu has walked twice and doubled tonight. The Indians have just 3 hits in the ballgame. Chu has one of them. Brantley has a double, and Kochman had the 2-run homer after Damon walked to start the 3rd inning. High pop. Peralta backpedaling, called off by Jackson. 1 down. The Tribe has gone 6 consecutive games coming into tonight where they haven't scored more than 3 runs in a game. And as you pointed out, if you don't get some productivity from the bottom part of the order, which they did tonight, the 2 runs, it's got to start wearing on the Chus, Cabreras, Kipnis, Brantleys, because if they don't hit, they don't score.
Yeah, it seems like every time they come up to the plate, the pressure's on them to get it done. And I think a lot of times that's where that grinding of the bat goes. The harder you try and do more of what you're capable of doing, because a lot of that burden will rest on their shoulders. Offense has always been a positive thing, and it's man, do you believe in yourself? And when you're going well as a team, everybody seems to relax, and they go up and they have fun and they enjoy it. But when you're struggling, you put a lot more pressure on yourself to do more. It's a contagious thing. How many times have you heard hitters say hitting's contagious?
Yep.
Once one guy starts and everybody starts hitting around him, everything is fine. It doesn't matter who you're facing. And it also doesn't matter who you're facing when you're not scoring, because you're going to try harder and you can go, in a slump just as easy. But it seems like right now, if they don't hit a home run in a ball game, they're not going to score. Because even when they get their walks, they'll get a base hit. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. So if one doesn't leave the yard, it's tough for them to score.
Well, we've had too many instances where the Indians have had bases loaded, nobody out, and they've either failed to score or at most they've managed a single run.
Yeah, because of a double play ball or a ball that, I've seen it on a wild pitch, double play ball. They just haven't been able to consistently hit with runners in scoring position. They did a good job early in the year with 2 outs. But it's something that they pitch around the hitters that have opportunities sometimes.
Cabrera with a line drive single into right field. As Drubel with a base hit with 1 out here in the 8th inning. As promised earlier, it's Miller time, brought to you by Miller Lite. 1 year ago today, Jason Kipnis, his first hit in the big leagues, a walk-off game winner to beat the Angels.
Yeah, what a way to break in, huh? Game winner.
Joaquin Benoit fires, and Kipnis takes it's outside ball 1. It's outside 2-0. Well, this is what you want. You get Kipnis aboard, and then you've got your opportunity. Two-0 count. Jason 0 for 2 with a walk. Another off the end of the bat. Benoit grabs, fires, and got him by a whisker.
That's good play. He didn't panic. He got off the mound. It looked like he barehanded it, and Kipnis gets down the line very well. He straightens up. He fires a seed over the fielder. That's like the swing and bunt. That's the only play. He was the only guy that could have made it. He gets up and just does get him at first base. Good play by Benoit.
The old bang-bang play. And now Michael Brantley, who doubled his last time up. And he doubled when Austin Jackson lost the ball in the twilight.
Doesn't matter how fast you run. It always seems to be bang-bang. Or how slow you run. You know, it's 90 feet. It's right there. You can hit off and get a good jump, and you're still out by a whisker.
Fastball fouled back. That's outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. Just a little bit outside, and it's 2-1. Benoit with an extra long look in at Brian Runge after that pitch. Brantley's now hit in 5 consecutive games. Seems like every time we turn around, we're talking about Brantley on some kind of a hit streak. Hits this one high in the air to center. Austin Jackson is under it. And we go to the 9th. It's 5-2 Detroit. Cody Allen, who worked a scoreless 8th, will stay on to pitch tonight. He'll be facing Cabrera, Fielder, and Young.
Well, he's going to get a look at the big part of the lineup, which is nice. Take a deep breath, young man, and get after it.
Miguel Cabrera, 1 for 3 on the night. Lined out to right field his last time up. Right back on the fastball.
You know, these are the hitters you watched that were in the playoffs last year. You're coming up to the big leagues. You're getting a chance to face them right now. This is an opportunity for this kid to feel like, hey, I belong up here. If you can get him out.
Painted the outside corner with another good fastball.
Cabrera doesn't like it, but Allen certainly does. That's his way of telling the umpire he didn't like the call. It's about the only guy he hasn't talked to tonight.
Foul back out of play. 0-2 the count. Upstairs, 1 ball, 2 strikes. You know how usually general managers play things very close to the vest this time of the year? There's a story here where Doug Melvin apparently, reportedly, told his staff, if we lose 5 out of 6, this was last week, if we lose 5 out of 6, we're selling. Well, they've lost 6 out of 6 after being swept by the Reds and the Phillies, and they might start dealing, according to various sources around the Brewers ball club, and that means Zach Greinke, Ramos Marirez, Corey Hart, all could be on the move. And I would think those are players who would draw a lot of interest.
Oh, yes, they would.
Definitely
the
Greinke.
White Sox certainly want to look at Greinke. And he throws a fastball by Cabrera, and Manny says, nice job, young man. I'm going to go to my bullpen for SIP. And he did do a very nice job. Walked the leadoff guy, but settled in, had a couple of strikeouts. So nicely done. Cody Allen.
Very good effort by Cody Allen. Tony Sipp's coming on when we come back. (5-2) Detroit. Top of the 9th, 1 out. Tony Sipp coming on now. 40th appearance of the year.
Well, he's got Fielder, the left-hander, and then Young to follow that.
Tony Sipp sets, he fires, and the pitch is down low to Prince Fielder. You might take a look at a team like the Texas Rangers, and they're 57-39. They've got a 5-game lead in the West. Things might seem are pretty good there, pretty comfortable. Interesting story, though. Josh Hamilton hit just .223 in the month of June, and he's hitting .161 in the month of July. And Nolan Ryan went on the radio locally there in Dallas and said, quote, there's a lot of those at-bats that Hamilton just gives away. And he also said he doesn't seem to be locked in at all.
Well, he's a free swinger. He swings at that first pitch. He's when you're putting in play and hitting home runs early like he was. But now pitchers, I think, they know he likes to get after it, so they're not giving him too much to hit early, are they?
He had 39 strikeouts in April and May. He's had 53 since June. Swung on and missed. Prince Fielder couldn't catch up to the high heat. Now, that may be one of those deals where they're just making a big story out of nothing at all. I
don't think so. Not when you watch it
interesting.
every day. I mean, this guy, with the first 2 months, was on 4 homers in a game, and he was lights out. But now Fielder's got the, Cabrera, Miguel, the RBI lead, doesn't he? In the league, it's awfully close.
Well, he's got one more tonight.
Yeah, so
82.
give him 82, and Hamilton's got 81. But you wait and see. He's playing it out. He's unsigned. He'll be a free agent. A lot going on.
Up high, that fastball took off on him. Santana did a good job to go up the ladder and snare it, but Fielder draws a one-out walk. Sipp walking the first batter he faces here. And now Delman Young, 1 for 3 with a walk. Back out of play. Back over the screen. Oakland has scored another touchdown in Toronto. 14-0.
Holy smokes. It's the Raiders over the Argos.
Wow. Look at you dropping your CFL reference. Nice. In the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Speaking of the Rangers, Boston tied that game up in the 6th inning, 3-3.
Swung on and missed. Tony Sipp strikes out Delman Young, 2 down in the inning. Good elevated fastball. Young just couldn't catch up to it outside part of the plate. Now Don Kelly. It's his first at bat of the night. Came on defensively for Brennan Bosch. Down in the dirt. And now Sips 1-1 pitch. Upstairs with it, 3-1. Kelly shoots it back in a full count. Zach McAllister gets the call tomorrow for the Tribe against Justin Verlander in the series finale. We'll have it for you once again right here on Channel 3 at 7 o'clock. McAllister 4-2 on the year with a 3.21 ERA. Verlander 11-5 with a 2.42 earned run average. Here's the set by Sip. The payoff pitch and a foul back. Again, the 3-2. And again, it's fouled back.
Straight foul.
You know, I was just looking at something. It must be something about the number 7 when it comes to the Indians' defense. The Indians had gone 7 straight games without an error.
Right.
That matched their season high. And, of course, they committed 2 by Cabrera here tonight. They haven't gone more than 7 consecutive games without an error since a 9-game streak in May of 2008. And, you know, we've talked about they've played very good defensively this year. Fouled back.
Well, he's making him throw strikes, isn't he? He doesn't want to walk him, and I don't blame him. Left-hander, you're on there to get him. You know, and the funny thing, both those errors that Cabrera made were like nonchalant. So he now has 12 this year, and they're errors that you would never see him make. The first one was a routine play. Bad throw, he brings Kochman off. The other one, he got to the ball and he tried to rush it to make a great play and turn the double play, and he pulled Kipnis off the bag.
I mean, the other one was obviously a lot tougher. He was spinning in the air trying to throw on the move. But the first one, like you said, this is just
there's the first
routine
one. Routine. I mean, he pulls him off the bag and he just couldn't get the runner. This one, he had him. He just rushed to try and get the double play instead of getting the first out.
That led to 2 runs in that second inning for Detroit. You take away those 2 gift runs, it's a 1-run game. Even with the bases loaded situation that Derek Lowe got himself into in that 5th inning when he walked the first 3 hitters of the frame. This is a pretty good at bat, and Prince Fielder says, okay, I've had my cardio workout for the day.
You know, kid, that's wind sprints. He's like, that's spring training when you're out there and you're running 10 or 15 to get it your work in.
Prince is going to be looking at that dugout for a sub pretty soon.
Prince is just going to stay there until he hits it.
Another 3-2. Got
him.
Good breaking ball to freeze him. And Sip strikes out a pair. Last of the ninth coming up next, 5-2 Detroit. to try and save it for the Tigers. Every game this year has been decided by 3 runs or less between these two teams. And now Valverde will look for his 19th save of the year.
Yeah, when you look at these two teams also, it seems like every team when they play at home, they dominate. So Valverde coming on. He's going to end up facing Santana, Hafner, and Damon, the scheduled hitters.
Got the rally caps on. Santana 0 for 3. Hafner 0 for 3. Damon 0 for 2. Santana, who has been swinging a very hot bat of late. But back in that 6th inning with a runner third and 1 out, he fouled out to the third baseman Cabrera. That was a bit. Anytime you're in a close game, every run is so important, especially when you're playing catch-up. So they left one out there that they really needed to get that run home. Now Santana will try to start the bottom of the 9th off on the right foot. He'll make Valverde throw strikes. Swings at the first pitch. 1 out. And that's going to bring up Travis Hafner, who is 0 for 3 with 3 strikeouts tonight. And he was called out on 3 pitches in the 6th inning with Brantley at third base. Down low, ball 1.
With a win, Detroit would go into a tie with Chicago for first place, and the Indians would fall back.
Yeah, the White Sox won earlier. They're 53 and 45. That's where the Tigers are headed if they get the final 2 outs here in the 9th. Hafner sends one deep to right. Back is Kelly. He's out of room. It's out of here. Travis Hafner's 9th home run of the year makes it a 2-run game at 5-3.
Well, he went right at him with a fastball, a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, and Hafner took it deep. Number 9. And that's how the Indians have scored tonight. A couple of home runs. The 2-run homer by Kochman, and now the solo shot by Pronk.
I need a base runner to get the tying run to the plate as Johnny Damon stands in and looks at a strike at the top of the zone. Damon walked and scored ahead of Kochman's homer in the 3rd. He's also flied out, struck out tonight. Broken bat bouncer to first. Fielder flips to Valverde, and they just did get him for out number 2. Close play. And it's up to Casey Kochman to try and keep it alive now here in the 9th. Just did get the side of the bag. Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care postgame show comes your way next. And a ground ball to first. Fielder with the flip. And the Tigers win it to even the series. (5-3) the final score tonight. As the Tigers go to 53-43 with the win, they stay in a first-place tie with the White Sox. The Indians drop back to 500 at 49-49. The winning pitcher is Max Scherzer. He is now 10-5 on the year, and the save to Jose Valverde, his 19th. Losing pitcher Derek Lowe drops to 8-9. Final numbers: the Tigers 5 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 10 men left. The Indians 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors, 5 stranded. Time now for our play of the game, brought to you by Key Bank.
Well, you go back to the second inning. Quentin Berry going the other way. One of his 3 hits tonight drives in another run. That made it 3-0 at the time, and you know that kid had a good afternoon. And Detroit was playing from in front. And the Indians just could never come back.
And our play of the game brought to you by KeyBank. Earn double rewards points during the KeyBank Summer of Rewards. Our attendance tonight, 24,029. Time of the game, 2 hours, 58 minutes, as Detroit evens the series at a game apiece with a 5-3 victory. For those of you watching here on Channel 3, stay tuned. Jimmy Fallon's primetime music special will be joined in progress. The Conrad's postgame show is coming up next on Sports Time Ohio. For Rick Manning and Katie Witham, I'm Matt Underwood. Thanks for watching.